truth is, speed often gets us into trouble. We make mistakes when we rush, when we move too quickly, when we don't take things slow. We ruin relationships because we rush past people. Right, we miss opportunities to connect and have genuine human interactions because we're moving so fast. We're listening to respond instead of to connect. And hurry destroys our souls. It does. It says, he leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Here's the thing. Quiet waters don't move. They just don't. Loud waters move. They rush. They're crashing into rocks, into the shoreline. They're in a hurry to get somewhere. They're hurrying downstream. Where they're loud, it's called rushing water. And so many of us just love to rush. But quiet waters are still, they aren't moving fast. It made me think of kind of this game I used to play as a kid, right? This is a good crowd pleaser. We used to play in youth group too. It's a lot of fun with like 60 teenagers crashing into each other. It's mildly safe, right? But it's just this game. You just keep a balloon in the air, right? I'm sure my daughter, Ellie's going to enjoy this when she's a little bit better at standing. I don't need her falling up. But it's easy, right? Just keep a balloon in the air. It's not that difficult. It's a simple game. You add a bunch of people, it gets a lot easier. But what makes this game hard is when it's not just a single balloon, but more things in life start coming up, and just keeping a balloon up in the air from hitting the ground becomes difficult when you have to rush and do multiple things, because it's not so simple when you have to move from balloon to balloon, and you have to keep them from all hitting the ground at different points and falling off the stage. You see, what happens, the reason this gets difficult is the rushing from balloon to balloon to balloon, and eventually, the balloons will hit the ground, because you'll go from one to the other to exhaustion. And the important thing to understand is that inevitably when the balloons hit the ground, to not let the important ones hit the ground. Right? Maybe the balloon that hit the ground was my quiet time watching TV balloon. Not a big deal. But if my faith balloon hits the ground, right? My loving my spouse balloon hits the ground, my relationship with Jesus balloon hits the ground, I'm in trouble. And we spend most of our life jumping, trying to keep balloons in the air, and saying yes, and adding one more thing. I'll do that, I'll cover that, I'll jump from one thing, switching from this task to another, until everything falls apart. Because we have this really bad habit of trying to rush. And it's just unsustainable. If you go to every social function, every family thing, every work project, every back to school night, every night class, you say yes to every opportunity because it's green pasture, I got to keep eating. Soon you'll get tired and some things fall and some people will be disappointed. Mainly you will be disappointed. So check your speed. Check your speed. And check your family's speed. Are you doing things that invest in your family? Are you praying together as spouses? Are you praying for your future spouse? Are you reading the Bible with your kids? Are you investing in your kids' future walk with Jesus? Or are you setting priorities that maybe aren't as important? Now listen, the statistics that your kid will actually become a professional athlete is 0.0087. The chance of your kids standing before Jesus is 100%. So invest in their souls. Model priorities. Men, bring your family to church. Worship hard. Love your wives. Love your kids. Spend time helping them learn to follow Jesus by modeling the priority in your life. Be there as much as possible. We're going to disappoint people. Make sure you disappoint the right people, because some of them are your actual responsibility, and you're responsible for the health of their soul. Kevin DeYoung, in his book Crazy Busy, wrote, "We don't want to disappoint hundreds of people we've never met, so we work all night and ruin the evening of the few people who depend on us every day." Check your speed. Check your speed and make sure that you have the right priorities. If you're moving too fast, how fast you're going when you hit a speed bump determines how much damage happens. Right? If you hit a speed bump at 15 or whatever they recommend, cool. A little annoying, probably most annoyed that you had to slow down. You hit a speed bump doing 100, your car's suffering major damage, maybe going off the road. The difference is speed, and all of us have experienced these bumps in our lives, whether it's a health issue or a kid's behavior issue or a financial hardship or a conflict at work. You hit that speed bump going too fast and boom, major damage. Check your speed. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. That's the order. You want some soul repair for that tired soul? Theologian Ice Cube recommended that you check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check your speed. The second thing I can recommend for you practically is to find your God-ordained rhythm.